If you want to develop a good business, you need to have a good team, because eventually you'll need good people who can take the ball from you and carry on. Salman, I have 15 years of corporate experience in different MNCs in Pakistan and outside Pakistan. I started my career with Unilever Pakistan, then I moved to Cadbury Pakistan, and then I moved out of Pakistan in 2009. I stayed in Saudi for 2 years, and last 10 years I've been based in Dubai. So that's what I've been doing before Bagallery. From last 4 years, 3 years I was helping Mina, who established Bagallery, as a support function. But from last 1 year I've been driving it along with her as a CEO and co-founder. So that's a little bit about me. The idea came from my discussion with Mina, because she wanted to do something and she was not finding a job. So we discussed, and I said, why don't you do something on our own? She was like, what should I do? I said, you are very good at shopping, because my credit card bill was always going up. So I thought, why don't you do something in this area? And that's how the birth of Bagallery came, and she made a Facebook page and she started selling bags. So that's how it was born. Niche. This is the biggest e-commerce segment globally, in Asia and in Pakistan also. But because a lot of traditional players are involved in this, because if you talk about all the fashion brands in Pakistan, whether it is Cardis, Sapphires, Limelights, or any other brand, they all have e-commerce side of the business, and their e-commerce side of the business is growing the fastest. So as a industry, e-commerce, fashion and beauty, it is the biggest segment in the country. So eventually you will see big investments coming in. I personally feel there will be at least 3 to 4 unicorns in this field in the next 5 to 7 years. If you see Indonesia, it has already happened there. If you see India, it has happened there. So with the passage of time, it is bound to happen in Pakistan, because there are 220 million people and everybody needs to wear clothes and put some makeup, especially women. So the industry is quite big. I think we were lucky, to be very honest. We didn't have to rush to too many investors. We had our previous investors who has followed the round also, and we had 2 or 3 discussions with 1 or 2 people, and they said we want to come in. We didn't go for many investors. Maybe in the next round we will have much more investors coming in, because it was only 3, 1 was followed up and 2 more investors. So it was a relatively easy round for us. And also what helps us is our scale, because for us it's easy to go and pitch the deck because we have numbers. Normally it's a little difficult for people who are starting the business or who are 6 months old, because they have the idea, they have the concept, they have the pilot test, but they don't have the scale. For us it's easier because we already have the scale. We just go and showcase what we have done in the last 12 months and where it is heading in the next 3 years. So that makes it a bit simpler for us to convince the investor that this is the venture to put money in. If you want to develop a good business, you need to have a good team, because eventually you'll need good people who can take the ball from you and carry on. So that's number 1. A good team, good people around you will always help you to make things easier for you. Of course, the scalability, because you might have a lot of good ideas, but if they're not scalable, then you will not get traction. And I think you need to have a differentiation. I mean, if you are coming in a grocery app now these days, where already 5 established players or early established players are there, you need to have some different offering on the table to convince your partners to go into this area. Yes, most probably by end of Q1 we will be launching our app. Right now the focus is to ensure a good customer service experience, so we are upgrading a lot of warehousing and a lot of supply points, but after that it will be about the experience on the app itself. So hopefully by end of Q1.